Some of the pediatric calls are kind of hard for us sometimes when you take in young children that have died before their time.
Sometimes you might have an interaction with a family member that wants you to pray with them, or to just, they want to just hug you or just be supportive of you because you're supporting them in their time of need.
50-year-old or 60-year-old that takes their life, it's definitely sad. It's definitely sad, but that's different from a 14-year-old or even 13-year-old, that might have hung themselves.
It's probably, I think, more of a shock, again, because it's not really expected and it's kind of out of the blue. I think suicide is one of those where, everybody deals with grief differently and their cycle is somewhat different. I think that one is a situation where people have a lot of anger or guilt sometimes because they want to know how they missed something, those signs and things like that. I think sometimes the families in the hospital, when they're going through that, it can be very tumultuous for them. Again, there's a lot of different emotions. But even then, sometimes it's very different where families are able to have a good support system and kind of work through some of that. So it really does vary person to person.
As you can imagine, most deaths don't happen Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So we work a lot of nights, late nights, early mornings. We don't have really set schedules. We're on call 24/7, so we can be deployed any time of night, but we usually work a lot midnights through the mornings at the hospitals.
So the pediatric cases are more mentally exhausting. And I think, the cases in general, it depends, because it's weird how the human body works. We get to points where we're doing 4 or 5 cases, and that's nonstop.
It helps me to get there and to not think about the sleep deprived, or, because at the end of the day, I'm thinking about, I'm tired, but I'm going to help someone else. You still have to think about our mission statement, which is saving lives, restoring health, and giving hope to all the individuals and family members and recipients that we interact with on a day-to-day basis.
Those families tend to be the ones that are so, I don't know how, but they're so willing to help others, because they know this young child just started their life and they're still able to help someone else and continue that.
It's traumatic. It definitely takes a toll on you. It's hard to hold back the tears. We're expected to kind of maintain our composure, and you definitely sometimes have to look away or take a deep breath, because it's really hard to watch a mother, watch their kid take their last breath, or even a son watch his mother take her last breath. So it's definitely emotional.
You get shaken baby syndrome. And I went up and hugged the dad. He was the culprit, and I knew that at the time. He still has feelings. He still made a huge mistake. You could obviously see he had, a lot of remorse, and he was going to be looking at jail time. But he gave him a hug and just showed him that somebody cared. They're still individuals, regardless.
You have to think about that in this moment of grief that they're going through, that they have made the decision to donate their loved one's organs to help facilitate and give hope to someone else as a recipient of their family.
Really a pretty close-knit group, like a family, because we spend so much time together. Most of us spend more time at work than we do with our families.
You have to depend on your teammates. This is a team sport. There's no I in team. We all work together, we all travel together, we all eat together, and then we all go home at the end of the day, our separate ways. But when we're together for the time being, you can be with someone for an hour up to 36 hours. It's just all depending on the activity that is going on at the time.
I think most of the coworkers that I work with would think that I'm a pretty optimistic guy. I mean, I'm not a Debbie Downer, that's for sure. You know, it's just one of those things where life happens. You know, it doesn't matter who you are, right or wrong, good or bad, life happens. You know, there's bad people that live good lives, and there's good people that live unfortunate lives. And I think that, you know, you just have to look at the aspect that we're here to live life and to live it to our fullest. And that's where I see that joy come from, is being able to see someone that got that extra birthday, that got that extra anniversary, that got that extra vacation just because someone else donated their organs.